What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and enjoy the top 10 WTF things to happen in British Parliament. British Parliament is so much more entertaining than American Congress or whatever. I mean, most Americans don't really understand how British government works or is organized, but most of these moments or funny things or just entertainment tend to happen in the British House of Commons, where everyone's kind of like, it's designed so people will have to debate and be very close to each other, and I actually really like that. But what I also like is how crazy stuff gets, and also, it seems from what little I've seen of the House of Commons and British Parliament moments that make it to my eyes is, well, British government officials have a better sense of humor. They're also very passionate, very, very passionate, which creates the perfect circumstance for WTF moments, I think. I don't know. I think American Congress and like House of Representatives and Senate, it's just boring. It's just always boring. There's never any like fun highlights or anything coming out of there. But here, today, we got WTF moments from British Parliament. So let's take a look.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most insane and strange things to happen within Parliament by the UK MPs. Which MP is best known for being the most bizarre in the House of Commons? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, digging for gold. Well, we kick off with the grossest. You're welcome. In 2019, MPs were in the Commons for an emergency Brexit debate, but a Conservative politician, Ian Duncan Smith, seemingly forgot to grab a bite to eat. So he did it there and then instead. Only it was really grim. Duncan Smith didn't realise anyone was watching.
This poor guy! Oh, this poor guy. This is the grossest thing ever to happen. I actually thought it would be worse by that description. This poor guy just didn't get a chance to eat. And they're zooming in on him in the back eating. Okay.
Which is weird considering the room was filled with people, plus he didn't consider the camera might pick him out. So, with all the privacy of simply closing your eyes and imagining no one is around, Duncan Smith dug around his nose, found something, and stuck it in his mouth.
No.
Sometimes MPs really are the best of us.
No, wait, I thought he had like a box there. I thought he had some donuts or something. No, he's eating his boogers, his bogies. No.
And stuck it in his mouth. Sometimes MPs really are the best of us.
This is a serious issue and has massive repercussions.
Right, did this make him more relatable or something? Not that the majority of people do this, I hope. I don't want to know. But did this make him more human or something? Did his approval ratings go through the roof after this? Or maybe his career ended after this, who knows?
Number 9, touring Parliament. With all the recent scandal of MPs somehow being allowed to have second jobs, in 2004, Tory MP Jonathan Saeed decided to earn some extra pocket money. Only he used his primary job as a means to do so, which is a big no-no. He was found to have been paid up to £500 per day to host tours around the Palace of Westminster. After the discovery in 2005, he was suspended from the House of Commons for...
Oh no! Wow, you almost gotta appreciate his hustle, as they say. Oh no. Man, he almost could have done this the right way, and you'd think there's somebody who actually has this job to give tours around the Parliament, right? He could have talked to someone. He could have made this official. It would probably have to be a part-time gig, but doing it behind everyone's back for $500.
For 2 weeks and had the Conservative whip removed for a month. Saeed did these tours through the English Manor, a company he helped set up. He claimed the allegations were false, and the investigating committee made a few errors of fact.
What?
Number 8, musical tie. There's nothing worse than giving a speech and hearing music from someone's device. It's distracting and a little bit disrespectful. So when that happened to Tory MP Nadhim Zahawi,
musical tie. What does musical tie mean?
In 2011, during an education funding debate, everyone looked around for the offending device. However, it was actually coming from Zahawi's tie.
I apologise.
He was wearing this tie for a campaign by the charity, beating...
Okay. This almost seems a little familiar. I may have seen this at some point. The musical tie. Because it's so strange. It's so bizarre. Like, I've never seen a musical tie in real life. I don't know if they're super popular in Britain. It was for a charity. Cut him some slack.
Bowel cancer. The tune even caused the Deputy Speaker at the time, Dawn Primarolo, to advise Zahawi on being more selective on the ties he wears in the Commons.
See, I like that they're all laughing and like, this is so not worthy of being a bad moment. It's like a funny, nice moment.
Perhaps next time the gentleman will be more selective in the ties that he wears.
Zahawi soon apologised to the House for his musical attire.
I take it on board and I apologise to you.
Number 7, Porkies. Back in 2015, the UK was in the midst of mocking then Prime Minister David Cameron for the amusing Piggate scandal. This is when the biography Call Me Dave claimed Cameron did some gross things to a pig's head during his days at Oxford University. Anyway,
What? Okay. Okay. I mean, coming from someone hearing about that for the first time, it's like, what? He's doing stuff to a pig's head? Back at university? Okay.
during Prime Minister's questions, Labour MP Kevin Brennan referenced the book to Cameron. Everyone in the room held their breaths. Instead, Brennan spoke about the book's co-author, Lord Ashcroft, and his tax status. He then pointed out Cameron's defence of Ashcroft as being inaccurate, adding that clearly someone is telling porkies.
Clearly someone's telling porkies.
As laughter rang out across the Commons, Cameron quickly moved on from the joke, which is probably for the best.
I would think of many better uses of his time than reading that book.
Number
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, that could have got awkward real quick. I mean, even bringing that up, but okay. Oh, that's awkward.
6, Sing Song. In 2017, the UK was preparing for Brexit, and MPs were in the Commons for a vote triggering Article 50, giving the government power to begin EU exit proceedings. The politicians for the Scottish National Party weren't very keen on Brexit. In fact, they all voted against triggering Article 50. The SNP members then began whistling Ode to Joy, a song composed by Beethoven in 1823 and adopted as a European tune in the 1970s.
What? They got a conductor and everything. One of them's pretending to be a conductor. You know, this is a level of organization, you know. An impromptu choir, Ode to Joy. Oh my, okay.
Then Deputy Speaker Lindsay Hoyle quickly called for order and told them singing wasn't allowed in the chamber.
Oh, singing's not allowed. Is this, so this was some kind of like little protest thing?
Otherwise, other songs might be sung.
I personally don't mind singing, but I certainly can't allow it in the chamber. Because before we know it, we could hear other tunes, and I don't want to get into that.
Number 5, Zoom.
Okay.
As we've learnt in the past couple of years, video conferencing software like Zoom can be great, but it can also be a massive problem. And that's certainly been the case for some MPs.
Oh, geez. If the meetings in the House of Commons and all this stuff, Parliament meetings, were done over Zoom for like a few years, oh, that would be such a nightmare. Plus, at times there's like hundreds of them here talking. That'd just be kind of crazy.
There was Tory MP Scott Mann, who had a glitch while speaking that made him sound like a Dalek. Or when SNP MP John Nicholson had his cat disturb a committee meeting by waving its tail on the screen.
Rocco, could you tell them?
This is like the best part of Zoom. When it glitches and you're telling me that effect was on his voice and it was not on purpose? That's almost too good.
Then there was Conservative Jonathan Gullis. During a mostly virtual debate in the Commons, he was due to speak on screen. However, Deputy Speaker Eleanor Lang decided not to let him due to his informal attire.
The honourable gentleman has to be dressed as if he were here.
He quickly changed and was allowed to participate.
Oh man, what was he in his pajamas? I mean, come on. What do we have? It just looks like he's in a long sleeve shirt. Wow. I mean, at least he was home. He could just run into the other room and slap on his suit. He probably still had his He was probably in his underwear, like beneath the waist. It's like when you're on camera.
Number 4, Dr. What? This incident took the internet by storm with how weird it was. During a debate on International Men's Day in 2021, Tory MP Nick Fletcher went on a tirade about how casting is being forced by a tiny yet vocal minority, with women actors taking traditional men parts in film and TV.
There seems to be a call from a tiny yet very vocal minority that every male character or good role model must have a female replacement.
He referenced Doctor Who, Ghostbusters, and so on as evidence for his opinion. Fletcher claimed this only left criminal characters for men, such as the Cray twins and Tommy Shelby.
What a very niche, specific, kind of odd thing to bring up in like a government meeting, right?
In recent years, we have seen Doctor Who, Ghostbusters, Luke Skywalker, The Equalizer, all replaced by women.
He then somehow tried to relate these changes to why more men are committing crimes. After being slated, Fletcher claimed his views had been misconstrued, and he was merely pointing out the lack of good fictional male role models.
These programmes make crime look cool. Trust me, a lifetime in prison is not cool.
Number 3.
And he was trying to also relate it back to like increasing crime in males. I'm pretty sure there's still an ample multitude of like positive male role models in fiction. I don't think he has to worry about that.
Lounge lizard. At the same time as Ian Duncan Smith digging his nose for plunder, the Tories had another member acting bizarrely in the Commons with Jacob Rees-Mogg. We can only assume Rees-Mogg was staying up past his bedtime since he decided to lounge on the seats in clear view of everyone as they discussed Brexit. The Green Party's
He looks so comfortable too. The way he chose to do this, it actually, those seats don't look very cozy. But the way he managed to form himself to it is very cozy looking.
Carolyn Lucas called out his rude and disrespectful behaviour, whilst various MPs demanded that Rees-Mogg sits up.
Yeah, talk about the ultimate disrespect to your political opponent. Just laying back and falling asleep while they're talking. That is disrespect, burning them.
Responded by shaking his head and adjusting his glasses.
He has been lecturing us about democracy. We will have...
Not a great look for the leader of the House of Commons.
Wow.
Number 2.
Wow, whoa. So I guess he was doing it on purpose, huh? Like purposefully trying to make them angry.
Lil Mogg. Rees-Mogg has a habit of being a bit weird in the Commons. Looking to get onto the bandwagon of England's progression in the Euros 2020 and 2021, Rees-Mogg recited poetry. But not just any old poetry, but the lyrics to the John Barnes rap in the 1990s song World in Motion by New Order.
You've got to hold and give, but do it at the right time.
We soon got back to normal proceedings when Rees-Mogg referenced poet John Dryden. This isn't the only time he alluded to a song in the Commons.
For they can conquer who believe they can.
I mean, if he's trying to make I can't tell if he's trolling or not, but if he's trying to like make some kind of legitimate point, you know, if you're referencing poetry, referencing a rap song, it's all good to me, if it makes sense.
To celebrate the BBC's U-turn on Land of Hope and Glory and Rule Britannia lyrics being banned at Last Night of the Proms in 2020, Rees-Mogg played a part of Rule Britannia through his mobile phone before quoting the song.
I wonder...
Number 1, the legend.
This is what happens as more and more people get older who have grown up with cell phones and like hardcore rap and stuff. This is just going to become more and more common.
Of Dennis Skinner.
Oh, hold on. This is number 1. The legend of Dennis Skinner.
Dennis Skinner is a legendary figure in the House of Commons. Often speaking his mind, Skinner has been removed from the Commons numerous times. In 1984, Skinner referred to fellow Labour MP David Owen as a pompous sod. He was asked to withdraw the word by the Speaker, so Skinner stated he would withdraw pompous.
Pompous sod? What does that mean? I feel like I have to look that up. Pompous. I know what pompous means, but like S-O-D? Pompous sod? Yeah, doesn't sod mean grass? Or What are we saying? I almost need closed captions on. Pompous.
Referred to fellow Labour MP David Owen as a pompous sod. He was asked
Sod. Pompous sod. That must be some kind of British insult, but I'm sure it's very insulting.
to withdraw the word by the Speaker, so Skinner stated he would withdraw pompous. Not quite what they were after, so Skinner was removed from Parliament. In 2005, Skinner took a shot at George Osborne by referencing his drug allegations and was removed as a result.
What? See, to me, that's completely... Pompous sod is the most British insult I've ever heard, by the way. Doesn't even sound that bad. Very gentlemanly way to insult, at least from my point of view, since I don't even know what that means. And then, this.
Osborne by referencing his drug allegations.
Then bringing up their drug allegations is like, that's like a whole nother level.
And was removed as a result.
The only thing that was growing then were the lines of coke in front of Boy George and the rest of the corner.
In 2016, Skinner called then MP David Cameron Dodgy Dave when talking about Cameron's taxes, and was removed when he refused to withdraw his comments and instead reiterated them.
Withdraw the comment. They Dodgy Dave. There's something that would never happen in American Congress or American debates. These are insults. Dodgy Dave. Oh my gosh, these are so British. Oh, I love it. And then they ask if you'll withdraw it. Like, you've already said it. It's already out there. But apparently it's okay if you withdraw it. But he wouldn't even do that.
I still refer to him as Dodgy Dave.
You agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo UK and be sure to subscribe.
Wow. Oh, I like it. I liked that number one. Okay, this was by Watch Mojo UK. I liked this video. Oh, British Parliament has a way of having moments, and, you know, some are lighthearted, some are more serious, some are trying to be serious but are just funny, unintentionally. A British Parliament has everything. It's like should be a reality TV show, honestly. It is just entertaining, the highlights and WTF moments that come out of British government. Wow, I love it. I love it. Okay, if you enjoyed this video as well, feel free to give it a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Britain, British culture, stuff in Britain that I have never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.